Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, LanzaTech Global Incorporated just filed an amended current report, Form 8 KEDIA, and I am seeing a big change in their accounting team that tells a story. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. Essentially, this filing is about a company switching its accountants. And sometimes when that happens, it can signal underlying issues or a new direction. Let's dive into what this really means for LanzaTech Global Incorporated. So what exactly is an 8K filing? Think of it as an update or amendment to a previous report companies have to file with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, when some really important things happen. In this case, it is a follow-up to a report from the 16th of April, 2026. The main event here is that LanzaTech Global Incorporated, or LanzaTech, has changed its independent registered public accounting firm. That's the company that checks their financial books and gives them a stamp of approval, like a financial auditor. This amended report is mainly to include a letter from Deloitte and Touch LLP, who used to be LanzaTech's auditors. This letter is important because it confirms whether Deloitte agrees with what LanzaTech is saying about why they parted ways. Usually when a company switches auditors, there are specific reasons, and the SEC wants to make sure everything is transparent. This section is where the meat of the story is. It details the change in accountants. On the 10th of April 2026, LanzaTech decided to dismiss Deloitte and Touch LLP as their independent auditors. This decision was approved by the Audit Committee and the Board of Directors. Now, this is a pretty significant detail. Deloitte's reports for 2025 and 2024 didn't have any major problems like a bad opinion or a qualified statement about the company's accounting. However, and this is a big however, each report did mention something called substantial doubt about the company's ability to continue as a going concern. This phrase is a financial auditor's way of saying they have serious concerns about whether the company can stay in business for at least another year. It is a major red flag. The filing goes on to state that there were no disagreements between LanzaTech and Deloitte on accounting matters. This is good because it suggests the dismissal wasn't due to a fight over how LanzaTech was reporting its numbers. If there were disagreements, it could mean LanzaTech was trying to present its financials in a favorable light that Deloitte disagreed with. However, the report does mention some reportable events. The most notable are the material weaknesses in LanzaTech's internal controls over financial reporting. These were identified in their 2024 and 2025 annual reports. Specifically, they had issues with accurately accounting for complex financial dealings and recognizing revenue. Material weaknesses mean that there is a significant chance that errors in their financial statements could go undetected. This is another serious concern for investors because it suggests a lack of robust financial processes. The filing notes that these weaknesses did not lead to any restatement of financial statements, and were not a source of disagreement with Deloitte. So, who is the new auditor? The company has brought in BDO USA, PC or BDO, as their new independent registered public accounting firm. This engagement is for the fiscal year ending the 31st of December 2026. It is common for companies to bring in fresh eyes after an auditor change, and BDO is a reputable firm. The filing also states that LanzaTech did not consult BDO on any specific accounting issues before engaging them. This usually means BDO is coming in fresh without any prior input or pre-existing opinions on complex matters. Finally, this amended filing includes Exhibit 16.1, which is the letter from Deloitte. This letter, dated the 17th of April 2026, confirms that Deloitte agrees with the statements LanzaTech made in this filing about the dismissal. This is the standard procedure, ensuring both parties are on the same page regarding the reasons for the change. So, what is the story here? LanzaTech is changing auditors. While there are no direct disagreements that would cause a red flag in a resignation letter, the existing concerns about the company's ability to continue as a going concern and the identified material weaknesses in their financial reporting are definitely worth paying attention to. Switching auditors, especially when there are ongoing concerns about financial stability and internal controls, can sometimes be a precursor to further financial restructuring or operational changes. It is like changing doctors when you are not feeling well. You are hoping the new perspective will lead to better health. For LanzaTech, the new auditors, BDO, will now be tasked with digging into these areas. The risk I am watching is how these identified material weaknesses in internal controls will be addressed by the new auditors, and whether they will lead to restatements in future filings requiring significant adjustments. What I am actually looking for is a clear path forward in their financial reporting and improved stability. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description.